Welcome back to Those Vegan Chefs. I'm Stefan, and this channel is dedicated to making you a better vegan cook. Today we have a roasted Brussels sprout recipe featuring miso. We have crispy wonton skins dusted with curry powder. They're totally addicting and amazing, so I think we should jump in a video and make it. Prepping with the Brussels sprouts is pretty straightforward. Basically just looking to get rid of that little bit. It has some discoloration. Leaves look good. Little spot right there. So we'll just kind of trim that. All of our Brussels sprouts are split in half and trimmed. Now it's time to bring a pot of water to a boil. We're gonna season the water like the sea. I like to cook the Brussels sprouts in smaller batches. It gives me a little more control. I want the Brussels sprout to be tender, but also just a touch of al dente to it because we are going to roast them. Let's test the Brussels sprout. We're going to gently insert a knife right into the center of that core. The knife goes in easily. Boom. Done. We're going to place the Brussels sprouts on a paper towel to drain and cool. We're going to make sure we spread them out. We're going to put the Brussels sprouts aside to cool. While they're cooling, we're going to get started on making the miso rub. We're going to start with slicing our shallots thin on our mandolin. Always making sure we protect our fingers from the blade by taking our time. The shallot is finished, and now it's time to size the garlic. Just make sure it's really thin. Shallots are sliced, garlic sliced. Next, we're adding 2 tablespoons of red miso paste. We're gonna add our rice wine vinegar. We're gonna add our extra virgin olive oil. Incorporate. Emulsify, mix, yeah, you know. It's really thick, so we're gonna actually add just a splash of water. Because we need it to be thin enough so that we really can coat the Brussels sprouts. We're gonna add just maybe a teaspoon of water. It's loose enough to coat, but thick enough that we're gonna get this nice crispiness to it. A little bit of charring, because the oven's set at 450. Yeah, looks great. The miso is ready to go. We're gonna add it to our Brussels sprouts. Let's make sure we get all of the miso. We want to really work it into the Brussels sprouts. It's important that we give the Brussels sprouts plenty of room on the sheet pan so that we can get nice caramelization on all of them. If they're just all jammed on there, the air doesn't circulate around the Brussels sprouts. So you might have to do 2 pans because we want to make them nice, right? So people are like, oh, I love Brussels sprouts. That's right, that's always our goal. We're gonna pop them in the oven, 450 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes. The Brussels sprouts are in the oven. It's the perfect time to start making our fried wonton dusted with curry powder. The first step we're gonna do is we're gonna put some curry powder in a little strainer so that we can dust the wontons right when they come out of the oil, so that way they're hot. It helps activate the curry powder and it helps the curry powder stick to the wonton. So we want to make sure that's set up. We're going to heat our pan over medium-high heat. We're going to pop our wontons out. We're using Twin Dragon. It's eggless, which is super cool because a lot of times wonton wrappers have egg, so it's great that we found one without egg. Here we have our wontons. I'm going to take just a few sheets at a time, and I'm going to cut them into strips. You can cut them really fine, medium, thick. I'm kind of going medium. And then we're just gonna take a minute to kind of unstick the strips. Some nice golden brown. This is perfect time to pull them out and onto our pan. We actually have to move kind of quick here because we want to hit the curry powder right on top of the warm fried wonton. It's gonna help it stick. I'm pretty generous on this. We're gonna hit it with our salt. And we're just gonna give it just like a little delicate toss because we don't want to break the wontons. Maybe a little bit more. Last batch coming out of the pan. With our salt. Gonna dust with the curry, working quickly. Give them a little turn to make sure we get both sides. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The recipe says like a cup and a half of cut strips. But you're gonna need to do more than that because you're gonna be cooking and snacking at the same time, I promise you. We have roasted Brussels sprouts looking so good. We have our fried wontons, chopped chives. We have all the components. I am so excited with the direction of this dish. We have the roasted Brussels sprouts, coated with miso, earthy and fermented. We have crispy wonton skins dusted with curry, crispy and light and aromatic. I think it's gonna make for the perfect combo bite, which I'm gonna do right now. We have a beautiful, yeah, we're gonna stack it. Oh, that's like a little hors d'oeuvre. Oh my God. Freaking delicious. It was so good. And I don't want to just be like, oh, it's good, cook the recipe, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, it was really good. So I think you need to make this side and enjoy the same experience that I had. Outstanding. As always, see you next week. Bye.